Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little bit of deja vu, and basically what happened was I ended up having to replace the transfer case in the Duramax. What happened? I installed that Merchant Automotive pump kit. I replaced all the seals. We put new gasket material, basically the RTV around the transfer case. We put everything back together. We didn't touch anything inside of the transfer case besides that. Put it back together, put it back in the truck, and instantly we started having problems with the truck. So I don't know exactly what was going on, but basically the transfer case was it would get stuck in gear. So in two-wheel drive, it worked fine. In four-wheel drive high, it worked okay. It had some kind of problems, but four-wheel drive low, as soon as you put it in four-wheel drive low and try to move forward, the truck would almost like lurch, stop, and make a heck of a noise. So that something obviously was screwed up, and I don't think I in particular killed the transfer case, but basically we ended up having a huge problem with what was going on with the OEM transfer case. Oh, and if I didn't point out in the last video, that was not the factory transfer case. That was an aftermarket one. So I have no idea how many miles were on that transfer case, because when I look back through my dealership service history, the transfer case is not mentioned anywhere in any of those oil changes or services prior to me buying the truck. So I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of not being able to drive the truck. So just went ahead and ordered this transfer case. This is from Merchant Automotive, and you guys will see it's their part number 10604. It's for an LBZ 2001 and 2007. Oh, it does say LLY. So this is basically their aftermarket transfer case that has all the goodies in it, upgrades from the factory, as well as all the Merchant Automotive stuff inside the transfer case. And yeah, so basically, as you guys can see right here, we do have the old transfer case next to the new transfer case. And as we were taking out the transfer case, I did discover a whole bunch of metal inside the fluid that we put in a week ago. Well, previous video, so that was probably like 2 weeks ago. But anyway, so there's a bunch of metal flakes, metal chunks, steel, aluminum. Something was really screwed up inside the transfer case. So it almost looked like I was panning for gold in the oil pan that I had. And the other thing I wanted to mention was that transmission fluid was brand new. It had less than, say, 30 miles on it, because I really didn't drive it anywhere. That fluid going in is like a transparent red. Okay, maybe an opaque red. But basically, it's a red fluid. When that stuff came out, it was 4 different shades of red. You couldn't see through it. There was a cloud of metal chunks, metal flakes floating around in it. Basically looked like gold glitter, not gold, but various colors of glitter in it. And it just, definitely was a sign that that transfer case was shot. And the other thing was, guys, I did not just go out and drop like almost $2,000 on a new transfer case without trying to throw a different part at it. Basically what that part was, you guys can see here, I do have the OEM actuator. This is the motor that's underneath the transfer case, and this little motor right here is basically what puts it in from neutral. That's your two-wheel drive, your neutral, your 4 high, and your 4 low. So I did go ahead and replace that. I want to say that was $180, of the two evils, one being $1,800 for the transfer case or $180 for this actuator. I was like, all right, let's try that part first, because in my research, I did see people having issues with that actuator. I was like, all right, well, it's not coming out of gear. It's not going into gear. And when the truck is in neutral and I'm trying to change to 4-wheel drive low, it would actually said, range limit. It wouldn't go back into gear. I couldn't, the actuator wasn't working, or the actuator was trying to work, but something was screwed up in the transfer case. So I did give this $180 replacement piece a chance. And going back to what I said earlier, this was the 3rd week. So first week was putting the transfer case back in. Second week was putting this part in, because that took 4 or 5 days to come. Then the 3rd week was getting the replacement transfer case in. That took, I ordered this from Amazon, got it in a couple days. It didn't work. That was Saturday. I ordered the transfer case on Sunday from Thoroughbred Diesel, and that got to my house on Wednesday. So it took 3 days to get the transfer case. So multiple days, multiple weeks, and like I said. So in the meantime, I've been driving this car behind me, putting a bunch of miles on it for the last couple of weeks, which isn't a bad deal, but I don't want to be daily driving my SS, so we had to get the truck fixed. And I didn't want to bore you guys with the install, because you guys literally just saw that last week. Same thing this week. The only thing we did different was the new actuator was also included. So if you guys look at this picture here, you'll see the new transfer case, and you'll also see the new actuator is installed. So yeah, I put the transfer case in and we're pretty much good to go. The only thing that was remaining was to actually fill it up. So as you guys can see, I did end up buying this, I think they call it a slippery Pete filler. And basically what it is, it's a fill tube that has different adapters on it. And this white one that actually came with it fit the Merchant Automotive transfer case fluid bottle perfectly. So that's screwed onto there, that goes into there, and we've got different adapters for other cases, so, you know, for other bottles. So oil bottles, power steering bottles, whatever, you know, we've got different adapters for that. So I picked that up on Amazon as well. And so yeah, I used that, I think, like I said, as a slippery Pete or something like that. Filled up the transfer case, put the fluid in it, and you know, waited until the fluid started dripping down, cleaned that off, put the plug in, and we're good to go. So I've been driving the truck for the last couple of days. It easily goes into 2-wheel drive. It easily goes into 4-wheel drive, high and 4-wheel drive low. No crazy noises. So after we've been driving it, the one thing I did notice was the amount of vibration that's in the truck has reduced by probably like 60, 70%. It's not 100%, but it is better. And all that we did, I didn't change any mounts. We still have polyurethane transmission and engine mounts, you know, nothing there. But just swapping out the transfer case, the amount of vibrations inside the cabin went down even more. So I don't know. It's weird. Like when I'm at a stoplight, the whole truck's not shaking anymore. All 3 mirrors used to shake, not horribly, but you could see it, you could feel it. But now only the driver's side mirror shakes a little bit because it's loose. It's an old Cadillac Escalade mirror. But you know, basically that might be a sign. Those flakes, all the crap that was in the gear oil, you know, that may have been a sign as well that it was just time for that transfer case to be replaced. So what we actually have inside this box is the original transfer case. Merchant Automotive actually has a core return. I think I'm going to get something like $100, something like that. And they really couldn't make it any easier. They already send you a pre-stamped label. All I got to do is tape this box back up, put that shipping label on it, and go drop this off. So we're actually going to do that. We'll get this taped up, and we'll share that little adventure with you next. All right, guys, we got the transfer case loaded up in the back of the truck. I'm not sure if you can see that. I think it's somewhere back there, but so that transfer case is loaded up, and we're going to head to the nearest non-FedEx office that will take items. So we're going to take that and get dropped off. All right, guys, we got the transfer case dropped off, and boy, is that thing heavy. It's in a big, awkward box that you don't really have a good angle picking it up. So that is officially dropped off, and thankfully I was able to literally back up right to the front door of that business, open the door, and I was able to, you know, kind of push that thing into the building. So that's out of my hair, and yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up and head home. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was just a real brief explanation of what's been going on with the truck recently, and us dropping off that core charge for the old transfer case. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more truck content, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. If you guys want to help support the channel, I'm going to drop you some links down below. I think I'll be able to find the transfer case, that pump that we used, as well as some of that fluid. Check all those links down below, and make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. All of our merchandise sales go right back into the channel, projects, the truck, etc. So make sure you check that out. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.